went to a wedding a couple weeks back. I talked to the bride and groom. I said, hey, how long before you two have kids? Because I really don't have any boundaries. And they said they don't want to bring children into the world the way this world is now. I'm like, well, that's a weird thing to say, the way the world is now, because by most ways of looking at it, this is the best the world's ever been in history. 200 years ago, if you were very lucky, you were having 15 kids. Most of those kids would die. Most of life was having kids, then watching them die. Then you would die of a disease they prevent now by washing your hands. Being a doctor shouldn't have even been a real thing. All they were doing was telling you the name of what you had. Sir, you have tuberculosis. Lie down. That's it. Sir, your arm's infected. We'll cut it off. Although we didn't wash anything. So the stump will also get infected. We're just gonna keep cutting the stump shorter until you're dead. Like your kids. That'll be 5 chickens, sir. Lots of idiots out there, gang. A friend of mine told me he did so much cocaine that when he woke up in the hospital, the doctor said he had enough cocaine to kill a horse. And I was like, who figured out how much cocaine it takes to kill one horse? Because that is the science I'm interested in. I'd be like, give it up, Galloping Pete. We're in for a hell of a ride later. Okay, scientists, let's get our cocaine horses over on the left and our placebo horses over on the right. You don't want to mix those two up. And make sure all the cocaine horses die. Last thing this country needs is a bunch of horses addicted to cocaine, fathering children and stealing hay to pay for their horse cocaine. That last part's stupid. Okay. It's okay. It's a comedy show, gang. We're having fun, probably. I don't know. Okay. Lots of idiots out there, gang. Heard the Bob Dylan song, Mr. Tambourine Man, on the radio, where Bob Dylan says, hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. But you never hear the Tambourine Man's response. That's probably because he was like, Bob, I can't play a song on this. It's a tambourine, Bob. This is embarrassing. People think you're a genius. The only reason we even have this is to keep the lead singer's girlfriend busy during practice. She thinks she's helping. Lots of idiots out there, gang. I saw McDonald's brought back the Hamburglar. It's kind of a strange marketing tool. Why would you want someone in your ad that goes around stealing your best stuff? I would love it if Bank of America tried that. Come on down to Bank of America and look, it's our mascot, Burglar Jeff. Tell him your catchphrase, Burglar Jeff. Everyone on the ground or I'll blow your head off. And I keep reading about these guns for cash buyback programs. That's a strange idea. It's the only time I could conceivably go into a building with a gun out and they think I'm doing a good deed. They're like, thank you, sir, for bringing your gun. Here's your cash. And I'd be like, there's been a change in plans. Give me the guns and the cash. You'll never find more idiots than you will at the airport. I was lined up in Group A for my flight. A guy taps me on the shoulders and says, when does Group B board? I'm like, hold on, I'll just check the alphabet. A rube I went to high school with is a doomsday prepper. Have you seen these people? They're preparing for the end of the world. He's got rabbits to breed for food. He's got a rain collection system on his roof. He's got a decade worth supply of toilet paper. He's like, Joe, what are your plans if the apocalypse happens? I'm like, well, I'd probably murder you. You already put so much into this, it'd be a shame to waste. And you never should have shown me where your bunker was. That was your first mistake. Heck, when your wife says, what happened to my husband? I'm like, oh, I don't know. Looks like the back of his head fell into that brick a whole bunch of times. Some of these are gonna be a little dark here, gang. Let's buckle the seatbelts. Tell you who a real knucklehead is, gang. It's that Tom Brady. He's a football person, in case you don't follow the sports as closely as I do. Well, they found out he didn't have as much air in the footballs as you're supposed to, and this did not make the people very happy. So Mr. Brady went in front of the media, and this is a real quote. This is what he actually said. He said, hey, everybody, it's not like this is ISIS. Nobody died. And I'm like, well, that's a brilliant thing to tell people, Tom Brady. You can always make yourself look better when you compare yourself to something totally unrelated, which is obviously worse. That'd be the same as if I got pulled over by the police. Like, do you know how fast you're going? And I'm like, yes, officer, I was doing 90. But it's not like I'm cannibal serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer. I mean, I was a few minutes late for my comedy show, sir. I wasn't poisoning and dismembering carcasses for my own consumption. You believe this clown? He's gonna write me a ticket. Heck, he's over there acting like I was drilling holes in people's skulls and then pouring acid down there. A lot of people will come up to me after shows and say, don't ever tell that Dahmer joke again. You're gonna lose the crowd. But I say that's horse and buggy thinking. That joke is a great measuring stick for how this next joke is going to go. I'm always surprised there aren't more lady serial killers out there. Seems to me it would be easy for ladies to get fellas back to their place. I mean, for me to get a lady back to my place would take quite an elaborate ruse. They'd always be like, wait a minute, this isn't a cupcake factory. And I'm like, no, I'm a serial killer. And the overhead is killing me. I mean, running a fake cupcake factory in this economy?